Hi, I'm Carehart, and I have a little case from Dollar Tree that I plan to fill with jewelry ready to be upcycled, and I'm going to tell you what that means here in a bit. And then I have a pile of about a pound of broken or estate style or jewelry that's been donated waiting to be processed. And it's all different kinds of things in here. And what I figured I would do with you guys today is show you how I process the jewelry when it comes in, when it looks like this. Around me, I have some empty containers for sorting, as well as the one that will actually go out in a kit. This is what it'll look like when it goes out in a kit. I also have a few paper clips for demonstration of what's going to go in to inspire them to make a couple things, and that's what I mean by upcycling or repurposing your jewelry. So I want to put a few big ones and a few little paper clips. One fell in, but it doesn't matter. A few big and a few little paper clips in there. Set those aside. I'm going to save one of each just to give you a feel of different things that you can do. But we don't need to be doing a bunch of these. That's actually meant for the hardest or the happy packers or someone who buys at an auction, some type of fun thing for them to do. So that's just going to go into the corner. They'll also get some wire and some jump rings. Let's put a few jump rings in here. Just a few jump rings, big ones, little ones, to get them started. All right, so now you see what all of them are. Let me show you what the tools are that you would use. You have flush cutters, which they're sharp at one end and there's a little bit of space there that helps you cut jewelry apart. These have no grip on them, but for those of you who use nose pliers with grips, you can use some blue tape or some masking tape to go around them, take away some of that grip so you don't damage the jewelry. These are round nose pliers. If you're a hardist or you're a happy packer and you're watching this, or even if you have old jewelry and you're watching this and you don't have these kinds of tools, send me an email at help@disabledartist.org. And we can help you procure them for less, or if you're a hardist or a happy packer, we can provide them for free. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we have here. One of the things we often process that comes in are earrings that have no match. Okay, these are the fishhook style earrings, which is one of my favorites to take apart. This will immediately be a great example, actually, of how to have a gorgeous paper clip. And I know this is evil, but I am just going to clip off the jump ring. I don't like to reuse jump rings. The reason is the more you bend it, the more likely you're going to have a problem in the future. Now look at this. You now have this fish hook and it has a little loop right there for the shiny thing. I'm not sure that that's going to be all that useful, but just in case it is, and let's say you want to use it, you can actually use your round nose pliers and rotate them like this for something simple. Let's say that you actually want to make it super useful. You can keep it rotating. I'm going to make this one into some kind of a teardrop thing. I prefer people do this on their own if they get the jewelry. And now suddenly you have yourself a new piece of jewelry that used to be a fishhook earring. And oops, out of camera. That is a pendant, and then you can attach something to the bottom of it. Let's say you immediately want it to go onto one of your paper clips. Look at that. You now have a very simple and easy decorative paper clip that you can add charms to the bottom of it and make it even more decorative. There's some kind of waxy substance on this paper clip, but that's okay. But yeah, so you can add more charms to that and be done with that. Now keep in mind, this is not the end you would want it on. You see how there's two pieces on one side and one piece on the other side? Send that all the way through That way, when you attach it to a piece of paper, your decorative piece is on the end. And I'll show you the difference. So I just attach it to a piece of paper here. Decorative piece is on the end. If it was still here, it would be in the way. But now it can dangle off the end of a book or a page or whatever it is that you're using the paper clip for, and you can have some decorative dangles there. Put that over here. Now look at how pretty this one is. This might be too big to go straight away onto a paper clip, and I'll show you. Let's see. Oh, nope, it'll be fine. It'll dangle just fine. And so now you suddenly have a really cool flippin' paper clip, and it took you all of 2 seconds to make this craft. Now, I don't want the job to be done for the folks, but for the folks with limited dexterity, this would be a craft unto itself. And so I'm going to set these pieces ready to go in with the paper clips for them to go make their own decorative jewelry. And all you need is the loops to be available for them to put it onto the paper clips, and paper clips are inexpensive. I have something like this. I don't want to. Let me take a little chunk of jewelry out. These, I don't know what to do with the hoops, so if you guys have good ideas on the hoops, let me know. Okay, now here, I know you're going to yell at me for this, guys, but all I'm going to do is just remove the earring piece, throw it away, and boom, it's ready to be a decorative paper clip. That simple. Let's grab one, see if it hangs right. And before everyone just logs off, because the rest is me just processing the rest of the jewelry, look at that. It's just immediately done. It's immediately adorable, and it's a craft waiting to happen. And everybody's kits will have lots of paperclip ideas to choose from. They just hook it on. You can choose to put, let's say you want to put this in the middle, you can choose to add to pieces and make it longer and more decorative. You can choose to use your jump rings however you want to put more pieces into other pieces and make them even more decorative. Let's set this aside. Just however it goes. Let's say you have something like this and you get one of these kits and you're wondering, well, what am I going to do with that? Well, maybe you have some glitter nail polish and you want to paint over this little stone. You're not limited to, and someone's yelling at me right now, I'm sure, but you're not limited to just letting it be that. Maybe you want to take this stone off and put something else in the middle of the circle, but that's up to you. For now, all I'm going to do to process this and get it ready for someone else's kit is just deconstruct. I'm deconstructing the jewelry to make them available for folks to make something else. And someone's asking, well, why don't you let them deconstruct the jewelry? Well, not everybody has excellent dexterity. So if somebody really enjoys deconstructing but doesn't want to make anything out of it, then go deconstruct. And then we know of a, oh, that's nice. That's a nice piece. Look how cool that would be on a paper clip. Oops, that broke. But yeah, that's super cool. Now, I'm going to set these aside differently, which is what I have my little pink box for. And let's say you have an earring that is a post, or you have one of these pins like this. Well, if you have paper flowers, or if you have silk flowers like you buy at any kind of a hobby store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Dollar Tree, then instead of having it on the stem, you can take the flowers and the leaves off the stem, poke this through the middle of it, have it go all the way through, clip to the back, and then all you have now is a decorative little flower that can be displayed in a bowl of some sort or whatever it is that you have, and you have your little decorative thing that whatever you decide to do with your crafts. All right, so this one definitely just gets clipped off. And so now I've pretty much gone through the tutorial portion, and I'm just going to process from here on. Jean, did I see that you're in the background here? Let's see if I can.
Yes. I was just sneaking in. I just actually got out of here right before you came on.
Oh, did you? What were you doing?
Signatures.
Oh, signet. I love signatures.
You know, everybody has paper sitting around that they don't use. So Kim Polton and I sat down and discussed her idea of just grabbing like 7 pages and putting them together in a signature and mailing that in.
What a lovely idea to just do simple signatures so other people, because some people get intimidated by the idea.
They do, and I've actually spoke to some artists that said that they would love having finished signatures. But then as excuse me, as we went along, I decided I came up with a new product, snippet signatures.
Oh,
So you have these 7 pages that are all um, connected together, sewn together, and you pop this in your purse with a couple pens, highlighters, whatever it is you want to use. And you just draw and you doodle and you color and you mark and stuff. And then when all of your papers are done, you have a snippet signature and you just pull off pieces of it to use in collages.
you know, I used to use my flow journals like that, where I would make a journal that I didn't actually stitch in, and I would carry it with me on a trip along with a stitched journal. That way I could peel out the extra paper that I wanted to use um,
Yep.
in a similar format.
Well,
Jean is a, oh, go ahead.
I like the idea of making my own decorative collage papers, and I like the idea of having these just stuck together and boom, I can do whatever I want on them. You could take them with you to the restaurant. You could spill cherry pie on them, and you could put a coffee ring on them, and they're going to look so stinking cool. You know? I mean, you might
I,
want to wipe it up after you spill cherry pie on
I
them,
was
but
just gonna say I don't know if I want to spill any of my cherry pie.
well, after you're done eating, you can wipe your spoon on the paper there. That'll work.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know what I'd do with this one. Sometimes they're just not going to survive the whole thing. Let me see. Sometimes the jewelry doesn't make it to the next stage in the upcycling process. Yeah, that's not going to happen, I don't think. Watch your fingers if you're new to clipping. Yep, nope. Okay, Jean, imagine this one as a dangle on the side of a journal. Isn't that
Oh,
cute?
yeah. And then add some chain with some other sparklies in there, too.
Right. It looks like it wants some lace attached somehow. No laughing at me, but I often use my flush cutters to remove uh, jump rings. I know I'm not supposed to, but it happens a lot. All right, so this one is a clip-on earring. And you ask yourself, what can I do with clip-on earrings? There's actually a ton of different things you can use them for. You can leave them just as they are and clip them onto your shirt, your shoes, well, obviously your ears. But these ones I think are awesome when you clip them on the front of a journal that has fabric or lace. And you just go up from underneath on the cover. And it usually is a little bit too clumsy and big, so you want it to be a really bulky journal. Or you can take your, oops, I just broke it all together. Now I have a hoop thing, but I'll show you. Let me see if I can find it. Well, I'll be finding that one later.
Hopefully, not by stepping on it.
No, I got it. It was actually, it was probably on camera sitting magnetized to this thing. All right, it came undone, but now you have something you can glue on, and that'll go into a different pile. I usually remove the clip-on thing. And I like when things age, not to wear the aged things, but I like it when it's decorating something and it's aged. Looks like you've made it eons ago kind of thing.
Arlene says to cut the back off and use it as a flat back.
I tried to, but it flew. All right, so the bead ones, I have a box for beads to take apart later. But my thought on even coming and doing this live, some people are probably thinking to themselves, well, I don't see the point of what it looks like to deconstruct the jewelry because you already know what you're doing. But for someone who gets a bag of, you know, earrings where it's only one earring, you now can see it as more than just an earring. The paper clips were just an easy way to do that. Oh, look at this cluster. There we go. Well, someone already looped this. It looks like it's already a paper clip. Look at that. I think I'd leave it just like that, let someone decorate it. I might make the loop a little tighter. But if somebody that's an angel who likes to donate Defy has a whole bunch of jewelry that they've purchased and they don't know what to do with it, well, now you know. Now you know how to process it and put it into, look, doesn't this look cute when it's going out to someone and it's just a bunch of charms to them now? Yeah. Not everybody has the dexterity to remove stuff or deconstruct stuff. Or not everybody can use sharp objects. I wouldn't consider paper clips a sharp object, would you?
No.
No.
Although you could poke your eye out.
You could poke your eye out. So this one's automatically, I don't even think I'd change a thing in putting that one on it. Put one in there as a sample. Look at that. It's immediately just super cool. So my daughter and I were talking this morning, and I was telling her about the paperclip idea with, you know, when you've lost an earring. And she was all excited about that idea because she actually, I don't really wear a lot of jewelry, but she actually wears jewelry. And she was telling me how there are some people who sell paper clips for hundreds of dollars. It's like,
oh wow,
a package of paper clips for hundreds of, what do they do to the paper clips that it's worth hundreds of dollars? I'm not sure I can even process the concept of that.
Are they
I don't even care if it's platinum or what. I just, what is so special about those paper clips?
That would be a tough one. I don't know. I don't think I could spend hundreds of dollars for a paperclip.
No. All right, when you're upcycling old jewelry, you definitely need your glasses on or a magnifying glass because this one had, and some people are going to go, oh my gosh, that's so gross, but this one had a hair. But I have to tell you, my hair flies everywhere, so goodness knows it's probably my hair. Right there. Not that I wore them, but it's in there. Let me get the, where are my pliers? There we go. Oh, come on now. Maybe it's not a hair. Maybe it's little plastic pieces. That's what I'm starting to think now. So you've got an earring post like this, and you know it's going to break on the person. Right, like that, because this one's a little too flexible. Take your flush cutters right to the end and find something for it to cut into. And then trim that baby right off. And now you have something that it can either dangle on something or just become a different kind of art. But that doesn't go into the kit because this kit needs all the dangly things. Ooh, here's another example of something that could go inside. So this one has two purposes. If I can get them apart, actually, I don't know if it wants to get apart. Let me see. Well, if I have to choose what to sacrifice, I'm going to sacrifice the top part. There you go. Now it's just a simple dangle. If you get jewelry and you look at it and you go, oh my gosh, that's not the prettiest piece of jewelry I've ever seen in my life, then paint it and seal it. Why not? Oh, you're not late to the party. There's nothing to worry about here. All right, that would be cute for the center of a flower though, wouldn't it? I like it. The earring back. Trash. Let me grab another little cluster. I don't need these here.
Well, I just learned something.
What'd you learn?
Old flashcards don't bend.
Uh-oh. Did it break? Is it
Yep.
brittle?
Yep.
I wonder if it's like book pages where sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't.
Yep. Now, if you went the long way, it worked better, but it's still cracked.
Well, it also might be the difference between being in New Mexico and being in Florida. Because
It
of
couldn't be.
moisture. All right, you guys, I really am going through the hassle of trimming each one of these off because they're just cute little metal things. Uh-oh. Are you done with Game of Thrones yet?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You weren't certain about that. Well, we're not going to spoil it for anybody, but yeah, I didn't like the ending. There is a House of Dragons that goes with it.
I watched that first, actually.
Oh, you did? Is that the
Yeah,
right order it goes in?
it is considered the prequel, which I think is silly. I think that if there's going to make a prequel, they should have done it first.
Tell that to Star Wars.
Yeah. I argue with my grandson that I said, I seen the first Star Wars, and he'll say blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, the first one that came out.
Yeah, chronological isn't the same.
Gary's been trying to talk me into watching Game of Thrones again, and I don't know that I can because I know the outcomes.
Yeah, I have a hard time watching shows where I know the outcome for sure. I don't have an answer for the hoop earrings because I don't really like when hoop earrings are turned into pendants. So I'm using my own personal judgment on these guys. All right, this one's screaming at me that it wants to be looped. Let me see if I can do that okay. Do you tend to loop it going up or going down when you loop these to go pendants, Jean? Or do you do them?
Loop down.
I usually loop down, but this one didn't seem to have much space going down. Now it's pendant. That one's going to break. It's already broken. I'm not sure that this is even doing a good job of going on the screen on these things. I'm kind of a noisy one today.
That's all right.
Every time it dings, though, I want to say an angel got its wings. Oh, that's just a hoop. Oh, that's cool. I like this thing.
Oh,
You know,
you
one
know
of
what?
these days, somebody's going to get something and they're going to have it appraised, and people are going to go, oh my gosh, that's real diamonds. I can't believe. Y'all be careful before you throw stuff away. Because we
That
don't
looks
check.
like a crown.
It does. Look how cool it is. It has like the little loops at the top,
Uh-huh.
but all the decorative part is right here. So it wouldn't go crown side up. But you know, you can always tell when something's finer because do you see how they gave light to the jewels themselves on the inside? I don't know if that's going to come across or not, but there's light inside.
Uh-huh.
You can see the back side of the jewels.
Yep.
That's usually symbolic of it being better
A big
quality.
piece of jewelry. Yep.
Yeah, whoever gets this one, go get it checked out. I just
Ooh, I was just looking. My 45th anniversary's, well, it's a ways off, but that'll be my next big one.
what?
Sapphire.
Oh, that's my birthstone.
But I already have a sapphire ring, so I guess I don't need that.
One of my anniversaries at work, you got to choose your gift, and a sapphire ring was a choice.
Oh.
It was. I thought that was pretty cool.
One of Gary's jobs was like that, where you could choose different things.
And this one can be taken apart further. Okay, so for those of you who get the ones with the missing stones, just get yourself some E6000 or E7000 and glue something else there as the decorative focal points. Oh, the hoop earrings are good for arms or bases for a little face. You know, I do not think in 3 dimensions, so that's a good one to separate out. I'm going to have a whole pile of the hoopy things. And now I have to untangle chain. One of my favorite things in the world to do with sarcasm dusting from my lips. There we go. That is cute though.
That was always my daddy's job. Called him the other day and I said, I got a bunch of chains tangled. Can you come over and untangle them?
Was he good at that?
Oh, yeah. Even with his crooked old work fingers. He still can do a pretty good job.
I can do it for rope. I can do it for chain too. It's just not one of my favorite things to do. During the little window of living on a boat, though, Sylvian Squares, Brevard, North Carolina. I'm leaving that in there. I forgot it was. Oh, I actually loved. Oh, look at that! It's it feels like jelly shoes. Do you remember when we used to wear those jelly shoes?
Yes.
It's a ring that feels like jelly shoes. You untangle with cutters. Oh, I forget what I was saying. Dagnabbit. Oh, this one doesn't unclip like that. It's interesting how different people make jewelry in different ways.
Except I do it right.
Oh, you know, I was going to say something saucy, but I'll be nice.
I'm just kidding. I'm just, after years of repairing other people's jewelry and working in a bead store, sometimes.
You know,
Worst part about repairing other people's jewelry is you would not believe how dirty people bring their jewelry in and expect you to fix it. And you're like, ooh, let me get some gloves.
well, I have to tell you, I'm not going to clean all these before they go out the door. So if people want to do that, they can choose to do that. This is broken, but it bends so easily. Look at that. It's like a doll crown at this point. I think it's worth setting aside somewhere. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, is that a purse handle?
Well, it was a loopy thing. I just unlooped it with my.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, I have really strong fingers, so what I can bend with my fingers is a little abnormal. Um, yeah, it's not a purse handle, but it's dang cute. Think I'm gonna take off this for whoever gets it, if I can get it off. Yep. And then now they can attach it to something pretty easily. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Isn't that fun?
It is pretty.
All right, another earring. Another earring. The post earrings, I think I'm going to leave as posts. Was it your idea or whose idea was it? Do you remember on putting them in the centerpiece of flowers?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Ooh, this will dangle pretty. I mean, look how simple that would be for a centerpiece and a flower. Too easy, too cute. No hoop. I'm processing about, oh, these angel pens would be adorable in the centerpieces too. Oops. Well, now we have a pair of start hoop earrings. I don't know what to do with this thing. That could be the center. Someone painted that though. I don't know if that's coming across. The other thing that I think is nice about the upcycle jewelry concept is that, let's say you really enjoyed making them, but you ran out of the broken jewelry to make. There's so many different ways to make things that may inspire you to make something else. You know what I mean? Or close it in a different way. I've never used these kinds of clasps. Not clasp, but the closure pieces. You see how it's a little circle that goes
Mm-hmm.
around the end bead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never once used those. All right. Well, I don't know how I feel about this one. Should I break it apart? Should I make it a dangle? A friend gave me a quart Ziploc completely loaded with broken jewelry. That stuff was nasty gross. Ooh. Yeah, when I do wash jewelry, and you can tell this really isn't that bad because my fingers aren't black. I have had jewelry where I've gone through it and my fingers are black. Um, but when I wash jewelry, Dawn dish soap in a little tub. I actually have a video somewhere on my Care Heart channel on how I wash jewelry because I had some beads with some serious smell. We'll just call it that. And I was able to get the smell off of them with whatever my written down process is. I have it written over in my recipe section. Oops, wrong one. See, no, it's just a little pendant.
Well, I think that um, Dawn dish soap has so many good uses.
It
I
does.
use it to polish my silver.
You do? It
Yeah,
works for polishing silver?
when I put it in the tumbler,
How?
and I've been making felt balls today, and I use that to do that because that's the only dish soap we use is Dawn dish soap. So,
Yeah, we use Dawn as well.
you know the Dawn dish soap. This is one of those interesting things for everybody out there. They have it now in a spray, and I don't know if it's a different formula or thinned down to be in a spray or what,
Hmm.
but somebody that lives in this house with me thought it was ridiculous to get it. Well, I happened to find it. I bought it,
Hmm.
and now he buys it before we run out. He works in the oil field. Oh, I just gave away who it was, didn't
Yeah.
I? And he comes home. I mean, he can go like 2 days. It's about all his jacket in the wintertime will do.
Hmm.
And it's just like he laid down on a grease pile and swirled around on the front of his jacket.
Oh, wow.
He sprays that on there, throws it in the washer, and it's unbelievable. I mean, it just shouldn't be that good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I've done the Dawn spray. I like both parts of this, but I'm not sure I can get to the jump ring. Oh, I did. Oh, wow. Woohoo. I got lucky. That was not skill. Couldn't reach the dang jump ring. Yeah, that's cute. Jean, I'm doing my little workout. Got little dumbbells. That would be really cute for someone who does the Barbie doll stuff. That's really adorable.
Or makes dioramas.
Yeah, I'm going to put that in with the hoops though. Yeah, that's too loopy. That's trash. See, this is the first dirty piece where I feel like it's dirty.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty though. I should just keep something next to me to wipe it off, but yeah, I can use my fingers for a bit. Get some of the yucky off. That's good. I'm almost through my little pile. Uh-oh. Gary's gang. Jean, this should go into the auction for you.
There you go. Now, if that one said jeans, I would have to.
You'd believe someone was up to something.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. Oh, it's a Christmas tree earring. That would be cute. Cross, and there's another one.
Candy says Dawn spray worked well along with baking soda to get the icky burned on stuff off. I would. think it would. I was, you know, maybe it's just us, but the kitchen floor around the stove sometimes feels a little, greasy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when I was mopping, I just decided to try that. I sprayed the Dawn on it, and it was amazing. It was, I mean, I just sprayed it on and finished mopping, and then came back and got that spot, and it was just like no grease, no nothing.
I have, I use, where you get into the greasy area? Um, I use the underneath your stove, not underneath, above your stove, where the stove goes up and hits the bottom of your microwave.
Uh huh.
That particular area irritates me because it's sticky and it's gross. So I'll touch it
Hmm.
every once in a while. Then I'll yap about touching it. But that area I'll also use Dawn. We're almost a Dawn commercial. We need to stop.
Yeah.
No, this is not paid advertisement. Oh,
Well,
that's really pretty.
that's what I use to clean the top of my stove too.
Yeah, yeah.
It just,
And you want to know what I actually use for it? And you're really going to get mad at me for this. Is those crochet scrubby your dishes little
uh huh,
crochet thingies?
uh huh.
That, because you can just throw it in the washer.
Oh yeah.
Um,
But if you put a little Dawn dish soap on that, it's like a miracle sponge.
oh yeah, it absolutely is. And the crochet ones go in my dishwasher. I'll use that instead of the washer machine.
Oh.
But you can do the washer machine. Uh, what was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna do a sample. What I
You know,
didn't do is show people how. Okay, we showed you how to hook it to a paper clip, but let's say you have one like this and you don't like how it hangs on your paper clip. This wouldn't dangle properly for you. Well, then all you do is you put on a little jump ring. So I'm going to show people if they stayed online long enough for this. Let me see if this is too big. It might be too big, yeah. I'm going to show you with the too big jump ring just so it's easy to see on screen. But you never pull apart a jump ring, ever. You always take your jump ring and you separate them, one going forward and one going. Wow, those are some tough jump rings. What did I buy? Hold your britches. That one just went flying. If these jump rings don't work for that, yeah, I need to get different jump rings for that. Wow, that's a tough jump ring. It ain't gonna come apart easily, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll use a little one, see if I can get the little one to go right. All right, see if I can get this on screen well for you. There's an open section. Let me see if I can get you a closer look. Close this up. Set things on top of things so I can get you closer and steady with the background so it doesn't go fuzzy on you. Or just go online and look up how to properly open a jump ring. All right, I think that'll give you enough of a background and I can show you. Okay, so your jump ring has a little opening on it. See if it's still blurred. Your jump ring has a little opening. You do not pull it apart. You just twist. So you take one thing on one side, hold the other thing on the other side, and you just twist. Now it's nice and open. I hook
so
my,
glad you know how to do that, so I didn't have to yell at you.
oh, yeah, this is enough fixing of kids jewelry. You know how some companies don't make high quality kids jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, enough fixing of kids jewelry and replacing jump rings or putting split rings or whatever on it. All right, hold your britches because I'm going to put this now and hang it on your paper clip. And now it suddenly hangs much better on the side. So not as annoying. Let me get my piece of paper. We'll hang our paper clip. See? It's cute. Good. So whoever gets this kit is going to end up being able to make, what, 50 paper clips off of a pound of jewelry? Is that about how many I did during this hour? I don't know. All right, this is the rest of the jewelry, though. Summer beads. All right. So out of the process, I also have the ones for the flowers. I don't know what I'm going to do with the chain. Set the chain aside, I guess. Well, that's a bit much for a paper clip, but somebody can do that if they want to. All right, let me stop jabber-jawing so much and get back to the actual removal of things. See if I can get the rest of them done in 15 minutes, and then we just did an hour. Can't believe how hard that was to open. Huh.
Must have been a stainless steel.
It's got to be. I'm going to put that back in here. That might be too much for someone. I'm not going to put any of those in the kits. I will need to order some more jump rings. Not for this particular kit, but if I get a bunch of people sending in the finished bits like this. All right, they can get all those. This was too much. We'll have to make sure that people with strong hands can get those ones. Obviously, I'm not strong enough for that. All right. Earring, earring, earring. And no worries. Whoever gets the earrings that go with the, oh, I don't even know what they're called. The silk flowers and the flowers that go like that. Whoever gets those ones, I have actually some flowers to go with it. Well, what in the heck is that? Are those actually earrings? Oh, they are. Look how cute those earrings are. I don't think I'd want to put them on something, but look at that. Tiny little things. I think I'll leave that on there in case somebody wants to create something with that. Simple little pearl. Posts. Yeah, I talk to myself a lot. What have you crafted lately, Jean?
I made some felt balls today. And I have, since we've been on here, I've made 1, 2, I don't know.
Oh, the signatures?
Made 6 signatures in like 30 minutes, so.
Holy smacks.
Well, I just grabbed a stack of papers and started folding them in half. Kind of makes me want to grab a stack of papers and set them in front of the TV and just start folding them and find a box they can just all fit down into. And these would take no time to fit together.
That's part of what I like about doing books in general.
I really, really like the idea that these are just a little handful of papers. You can do whatever you want to, and then after you've got them all decorated, you can do something else with them.
True. Hold your britches. Wait, I need to get something to drink, she says. You know, it's funny that you say that. So I brought up to one of my kids how when I say hold your britches, that some people sometimes say in the chat, drink. All right. This has a name on the back. What does it say? Laurel Birch? Urel Birch? Something Birch.
It's probably Laurel Birch. Was it brightly colored?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oops, I accidentally mixed the flat backs with the earrings. All right, how am I? Oh, you came off on your own. Where is the end of this chain thingy? I feel like I'm a little tad confused. Let's just make this separate. Are you getting sick?
No, just a dry throat.
Oh. Allergy season?
Always.
Always.
There's always some tree doing something around here.
All right, let me see. This is another one where it looks like it needs to roll up.
You know, dictionary pages are kind of fun to set and fold. See what words pop into your vision.
I
Like,
actually find it fascinating which word my eye pays attention to on dictionary pages.
exactly. Like this one I just folded, spew. I don't know why that one popped up, but it did.
All right. Are you coming off of here? I'm going to have to clip that one. Oof. Oof. Man, that's an intensely strong one. Let me see if I can get the other side. Two hands. But it's so cute. You know what's crazy? It's probably taken me longer to separate them than it's going to take the person to turn them into a bunch of paper clips.
Yep.
That's why if anybody has the piles of upcycled jewelry that you picked up from an estate or eBay or wherever, it would be nice if y'all process these for us. You can send them to Jean or myself, depends on who's closer. And if you have the extra paper clips, you could even make it a straight up finished kit for us. All right, those are all.
You know, you could add safety pins and they could make little brooches, little collection, like a collage of dangles on a safety pin, and then, you know, pin it to a clock book or your sweater or whatever.
You know what? I do have safety pins. I think I only have big ones though. I hope that's not too sharp for somebody, but it's going on a flower anyway.
fact, now I want to go get a safety pin.
I have some.
Well, I have some too.
Hand one over.
Well, I have to get out of my chair.
Oh, well, that's too much work.
I'm still paying for all the walking I did this weekend.
Oops, I broke that one. Now it's a flat back. Ooh, I wonder what that is. Is that golf? No, it looks like an antler. Goodness gracious, I can't even read it. Ooh, that one's fun. Hopefully my hands weren't in the way the whole time. Cowgirl. See, now that's an immediately adorable paperclip. Or the charm in the middle of one.
Yes, I had a pretty good time, Candy. Thanks for asking.
It feels weird that the auction feels so far away this week. I don't know why that is exactly, but it does. Because it's not this weekend, it's the next weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's craziness. Well, see, that'll be a nice flower center for a big flower. These almost come off too easily. Flat back. All right, so my piles are almost done. I have my flat backs, my pierced earrings with the, oops, I just dumped the wrong thing in. I do have my hoops and trash accidentally mixed. That is separate. But yeah, here's my flat backs. And then the dangles waiting to be decorative. I'll put safety pins, jump rings. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And so it only took an hour to make one kit. Safety pins, jump rings, and paper clips. So
And
they
you have to make 70 kits?
No.
No.
I don't have enough hours in a month to do that. It'll be just whoever gets those. I really like this one. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
I don't know how much sparkle is coming across that top one there, but it looks really good. All right. So if I'm going to add safety pins to this, let's move some of these to another spot. Put that right there. All right. Let me go get some. Assuming I have them close by.
Yes, Candy Gary talked me into buying a hat because I burn real easily. And so I did. I didn't get to work the second day because um, it was really, really, really windy. And the hat was, in my opinion, way too expensive to wear if it blew off because I couldn't run after it.
My safety pins must be downstairs. I'll show you some other ones that I made already though, but I don't have them all sorted, so I have to sort them. But that would make this video too long, and I just cracked an hour. But this was me just going through the jewelry pieces, and so there's loose beads, and maybe I'll just leave them like this. It's all the choices, everything from loose beads to go make yourself some silk flowers with decorative centerpieces. You get a little bit of wire, which I love these, Jean, by the way. And some of them have a little bit of chain, and then you have a whole army of, there's the flat backs, here's a whole bunch of charms. So these ones will need jump rings and paper clips and safety pins. So I'll just move everything around in those. I'll put some jump rings in that one. Okay. Oh my gosh, look how cute the little owl is. That's what I love, is these feel like almost like opening Christmas presents or something, because everything's so different, and then they can choose how to reorganize them. All right, now I have enough space for them to add their stuff. I don't know where that's going to go. Right there is good enough. Keep that nice and straight. So 3 empty containers. I'm going to do my other empty spaces. I think I have too much in here for empty spaces. Might have to separate these ones out.
Signatures. But I made 10 signatures.
Oof. Yeah, that's too much, I think.
We went to Bandero, Texas, and Fredericksburg, Texas.
Oh, I have chain in here. Let's put more chain. What letter is this? I can't figure it out. I'm thinking it's a D.
I think it's a D.
Okay. This person got extra wire just because that's what was sitting next to me. I don't know if I can fit that in. Oh, I can. All right, I can only get 2 holes in this one. All right, put it there, so now I have room. I was busy, so you can see how long it took me to disassemble, but now I have to figure out how to make space in this one. There's no space in this one. To empty 2 of them. I'll make another.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Candy.
Thanks, Candy. I'm almost done. I know, this is the boring part. This person only got 1, so let's take from this one and give him another one. And I'll finish filling it out later. Oh my gosh, look at the mask on this.
I was going to ask you if that was a mask. That's cute.
Oh my gosh, that's a fabulous one. This one is much more mixed up because I think this was the first one I did where I was just grabbing stuff. And then I decided what process I wanted to put underway. Yeah, this one has more loose beads. Let me put this over here. Because on the, you know, they get some wires, so I don't see any reason why they can't make their own dangles, right?
Yeah.
Loose beads in there. And then anyone who gets stuff like this that's the hardest, I see no reason why they can't get a whole bunch of new beads with it too. Yeah, this took a bit. My dog hasn't been doing as well, so this was my porch time with the dog, and that's what I was doing. But now I've just processed the end of them. So that's the end of my mixes. So I'll just put some new stuff in this one. Oh, let's do this. Let's go ahead and put the flat backs in this one since it has the mask. Flat backs and earrings in this one, so everybody's gonna also have to get some of those silk flowery things. There we go. People need to be careful of the pokey. So this can't go to NSO people, Jean, because I wasn't necessarily good about leaving the earrings safe. She's the one who tells me who to send to. All right, so all of these need a few good earring backs tossed in. And then I'm all done. I have 6 of these ready to go. How fun is that? Let's put that in there. That might have been too many. Don't want to overwhelm them with it.
Candy says that this fits well with this month's theme.
Oh, yeah, huh? Industrial. I should put a couple of these in the auction. Maybe the mask one, since that's the one that has me going, ooh. All right. Oops. Take those out. And I need to get some jump rings. This one only has one wire. Let me split that out a little better. That one also has only one wire. Y'all, this is how haphazard I am when I make kits now. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm proud of myself for it, though, because I think it increases how random it is for people. Changes it up a little. Which one was the one with the mask? Oh, there it is. All right. Done, done, and done. How about this? I just flat priced these at $7. And anything that doesn't sell ends up with the hardest.
Sounds like a plan.
I make less than minimum wage. It takes me an hour to do all those, not to mention the materials.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. But there's nothing finished about them. Okay, so I appreciate everyone hanging out with us today. If you only just watched the beginning, that's awesome too. But if you only just watched the beginning, you wouldn't know I'm saying goodbye. So for those of you who watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. You guys take care and keep creating because it helps you and that in turn helps others. Love and hugs, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.